Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome to this live. I would love to get to know you where you are tuning in from. Are you a first timer or have you been here before in any of my lives? Because this is the 24th live of the series that I'm doing, which is known as Wheel of Wisdom. So, yeah, I would love to know are you coming back or are you tuning in for the very first time? Hello, Caitlin. Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here again. It's so nice to always have you. Millie says first timer sounds fun. Yeah, it is fun. I am so glad that, this was playing in on your screen, Millie, as you opened Inside Timer and you decided to tune in. I really hope that you will receive, some guidance or clarity from today's session regarding whatever is going on with your life, whatever is going on in your life. So, Caitlin says seasoned participant. Yeah, you are. Okay, so let me introduce myself a little bit for everyone who is joining us for the first time. So, my name is Anisha Maheshwari, and I have been on Insight Timer for more than 2 years now as a teacher. And I have 7 courses on this platform related to mindfulness, related to overcoming negative thoughts, overcoming limiting beliefs, and stuff like that. And I have like over 30 plus tracks, including ones on mindfulness. In fact, I have a mindfulness challenge of 15, tracks, as well as some on emotion regulation and some random meditations. So if you're interested, feel free to check them out. So that's a little bit about me. And Patricia says, hello, first time too. It popped on my screen too. Yeah, welcome, Patricia, and thank you for tuning in. I do believe, that you seeing this on your screen, it was meant to be. You were meant to be here and you were meant to receive whatever is going to come through in today's life, which I also don't know, which I am also here to receive. We do have a format, a basic format as to what we do in these lives, but what happens here is sometimes like just pure magic, and people do receive some really helpful and insightful stuff they have received in the past. So I'm really excited, what is going to happen today for each and every one of you. So, okay, what do we do? So the series is Wheel of Wisdom. So definitely we are going to have a wheel. So I have, okay, let me show you. Yeah. So I have this wheel on my phone. Okay. And what we do is that we begin this live when we are going to start very soon. So we do it with a meditation, with a short meditation, which I usually just channel, whatever comes in the moment spontaneously. And that is always the best. So, yeah, because sometimes when I have scripted things for like what I'm going to guide people in the live, and that hadn't worked as well compared to what just comes up spontaneously. And now I just see this space as just a space where we, including myself, am open to receive whatever wants to come through, whatever wants to reach you guys, and in fact, whatever wants to reach me as well. So, yeah, so coming back to the format, what we do is that we start with a meditation, a short meditation around like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Patricia say, how long is this session? So this session is usually 1 hour, 15 minutes long, approximately. Um, so yeah, so we start with a meditation, short meditation. Then And the meditation is just for ourselves to settle in, to open ourselves, to get in the right mind state or to get into the higher, frequency. And then we spin the wheel. That wheel contains names of some randomly chosen books. So that wheel magically just choose one book for us that we need to receive something from. And once a book is chosen, I open the book, I open like my notes from that book. So, as I was reading some of the many books that I have read in the past 8 years, I made notes of some powerful insights or some transformative practices from that book. So, I open my notes, I close my eyes, I tune into my intuition, and with my eyes closed, I scroll it. And then I stop at a paragraph which I feels, contains something that we all need to hear in this session. So yeah, I just read those lines to you, and we have a discussion around it, and maybe a practice based on it. So yeah, it just flows from there, whatever comes through. So that is the format. That is what we do. Now we are going to start with the meditation that I mentioned. And by the way, those who are joining for the first time, I do have I am currently offering a gift to women who are like listening to these lives. So if that, interests you, then I'm going to reveal it like towards the end of this live. So yeah, for that you can stay tuned. If any part of the live gets a little bit boring for you, well, it doesn't. It haven't in the past, 23 months. So yeah. So are you guys ready to meditate? Type ready if you are. Patricia is all ready. Wonderful. Caitlin is ready. Okay. Begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can either sit, stand, or lie down, whatever your body needs right now. Feel free to shift your body in any manner that would make you feel more comfortable, both right now as well as during the meditation. As you begin to settle in to this position, start by looking upwards, looking as high as you can. It might also seem like you are looking into your eyebrows. And as you are looking up, taking a deep breath in and out, taking another deep breath in, and with the out breath, with your eyes looking upwards, gently lower your eyelids. You might notice them fluttering, and that's supposed to happen. That's okay. Now you're getting more and more relaxed. Now, with your eyes closed, start to look down. Looking down, you see a staircase. You are standing at the top of that staircase, and this staircase has 10 steps. You are currently at the 10th step. So now, whenever you feel ready, begin to walk onto the 9th step. Feel yourself stepping down onto the 8th step. Allowing whatever no longer serves you to let go as you are walking down the staircase. Feeling your feet touch the 7th step. Seeing yourself standing on the 6th step. As you are stepping down to the 5th step, feeling your body relax more and more as you take each step. Allowing yourself to move to the 4th step, letting go of your focus or awareness of the environment around you, and letting go of anything that might distract you right now or in the future of this meditation. Continuing to move down and notice yourself stepping down to step 3. Feeling the support of the staircase and letting go of the weight or tension in your body. Now you might notice yourself stepping down to the staircase too, feeling yourself standing on this staircase number 2, and knowing that with the next step that you take, you will be completely relaxed. So now, whenever you are ready, stepping onto the staircase number 1 and finding yourself physically and mentally relaxed and free. And now, in front of you, you see a door. a door that is slightly open, and from that opening, you see a white light shining. All of this makes you a little curious as to what might be behind that door. You notice that door and you begin to start walking towards it. With each step that you take towards that door, you find yourself become lighter and lighter. And as you reach this door, you are finding yourself floating, floating in thin air. As you stand at the door holding the doorknob, floating in fine air, you choose to step into the light. And as you step into this light, you notice that you are stepping onto something lighter and fluffy. When you look down to see what you stepped on, you notice that it is a cloud. You are standing on a cloud, feeling your feet sink in into the softness of the cloud. And as you are feeling the softness on your bare feet, you decide to sit down and even lay down on this cloud, letting your body sink in to the softness and the fluffiness of this cloud. Letting yourself fully relax. Your body feels like it has no weight at all. You are flying on the clouds, noticing how well rested and supported your head feels as you lay it in the cloud. Your whole spine feels fully supported and in alignment as you are laying on this cloud. And your feet are feeling heavy and sinking more into the cloud. And as you are wrapped by this loving, supportive cloud, you drift into sleep and you find yourself in a dream, in a sweet dream. And in that dream, you saw yourself sitting on a bench in a park, a beautiful park. This place feels heavenly to you. And as you are soaking in the beauty of this place, you notice someone else sitting beside you. This person seems very wise, and as you look closely, you notice that it seems more familiar. This person is like a version of you. You have this inner knowing that tells you that this is a future version of you, a much wiser, loving, and a much amazing version of you. It is that version of you that you always wanted to become. And here it is sitting beside you. You notice this version of you looking at you with the eyes filled with love, understanding, and its eyes has a spark, that spark of knowing, that spark of wisdom. And as you look at this version of you, you start feeling a sense of faith in yourself, a faith that this is a possibility for you as well. Taking a few moments to soak in this feeling, knowing that you really are a capable person. You are a capable person who has something valuable to offer. And you know this to be true because you see this other version of you. You see this version of you whose eyes has that light, who is the embodiment of everything you ever wanted to be. And as you look into the eyes of this version, you really feel and believe that you are a capable person who has something valuable to offer. The more you look into the eyes of this version of you, the more you believe it. This version don't need to say anything to you. Just by feeling it exists, you know of the possibilities and the capabilities that are here within you. And as you continue to look into the eyes of this version of you, you feel that they see you as worthy of happiness and success. They think that you deserve happiness and success. They know you all in and out, and they think you deserve happiness and success. And as we are about to end this meditation in a few moments, take your time to say goodbye to this version of you for now. And with each passing second, feel yourself getting closer and closer until you merge into one being. Knowing that now this possibility is within you. This version has become a part of you, and it's only a matter of time that you fully embody this version of you into the real world. Knowing that this version of you is a part of you, and you can always turn to this part of you for guidance and to receive the love, to see yourselves from the eyes of this version of you who thinks that you are capable and you deserve happiness. Taking your time to feel whatever you are feeling. And now, as we reach the end of this meditation, I am going to count back from 5 to 1. And as I count each number, you can begin to come back, still having this version of you within yourself. 5. Feeling this version of you within yourself. 4. Becoming aware of your body. 3. Listening to the sounds around you. 2. Becoming more and more alert. And 1. Opening your eyes and noticing the space you are in. Feeling refreshed and wonderful. Taking your time to come back. If you feel the need to, you can move your body or hydrate yourself. I would love to hear how was the meditation for you. Went on pretty long, I guess the longest um compared to the other meditation we have done in the past. And yeah, the words were just flowing out of me. I didn't even knew what was the next line I was going to say. And yeah, I was for me, you know, just to share with you, yeah, it was like a journey that we went on. So yeah, I would love to know, how was it for you if you want to share. And if you don't feel like typing, you can press the heart to let me know that this resonated with you. Patricia says very relaxing. Thank you, Patricia, for sharing that. I appreciate it. And sorry for coughing towards the end of this meditation. I hope that I didn't like broke your, trance that you might have been in. Okay. Thank you for the hearts. Hmm. Okay, so now it's time to have some fun. Caitlin says, I loved the cloud imagery. I thought of my bed and had immense gratitude for my space. Wow. Yeah, the cloud one was pretty magical. In fact, as I was guiding you guys, I myself felt pretty relaxed while guiding you, and it is so amazing. So thank you for sharing that, Caitlin. What part of it just it really resonated with you. I am glad to hear that. There's something wrong with my throat today. Yeah. Um, okay, so the fun part now. Now we are going to tap into the wisdom. So, let's take out the wheel. Yeah, okay, before that I forgot. What I do usually do before like spinning the wheel itself is I ask you guys what is something that you need guidance on in your life. So if you feel free to share, what is going on in your life, like maybe a general theme of it or the area of your life in which you are struggling that you would like some clarity on, then yeah, feel free to do so in the comments because it's always nice to just declare that to the universe to let it out, to say it out loud. Hello, Catherine. Hello, hello. Welcome. How are you? Patricia says, what to do next and how to let go of what doesn't serve me. Yeah, pretty wise steps and, pretty wise question that you are, you know, um, letting out into the universe, to God, to higher self, to divine, whatever you believe in, whatever you want to call it. Paul says being fully present in the world and not hiding away. Yeah. Uh, I hear you. Yeah, feeling comfortable, being fully authentic and even fully embracing, whatever is happening. So I really hope that, you receive some guidance on that, both you, Paul, and Patricia. Hmm. Patricia says, what do we all need to know for our highest good today or this week? Yeah, that is my intention. If you guys don't have anything in specific, then you can always just, type or just set this intention that I'm open to receive some general guidance. Yeah. As Caitlin says, I'm open to receive whatever wisdom comes through. So let's see what wants to come through, what is going to help us, in the coming day or week. So let's spin it. Okay, so the book that came up today was The Mindful Way Through Anxiety by Susan Orsello and Elizabeth Romer. Caitlin says, is this a new one? Yay. Think this will be good. No, I think this is an old one. Guys, so I like recently added like few more books. So we were doing like 28 books, but in the previous life, I added more books to it. But yeah, I think this book has come once, or maybe this is the first time that this book has come through. So let's see, what wisdom that this book contains for us. And I am sure, this is going to help Paul in terms of being fully present because anxiety is always about just living in the future, being consumed by the what ifs. So, yeah, and also in terms of like, you know, how to let go of what doesn't serve us and everything because, with anxiety also comes this feeling of controlling and yeah, and just grasping onto something. So let's see what this book wants to present for us all. Let me open my notes. So the full name of this book is The Mindful Way Through Anxiety. Break free from chronic worry and reclaim your life. So, okay. So now I'm going to just take a minute, close my eyes, and scroll through, inviting my intuition and setting an intention to receive whatever is in the highest good for all of us listening to this. Receiving something that would help us gain more clarity onto our best next step. Okay, let's see. So, this is kind of an exercise. So, the author says, what is the function of worry? Often we are so distracted by and caught up in our worries that we don't even stop to consider the purpose of our worry. As you become more aware and mindful of your worry and anxiety, these functions may become clearer. But for now, to just we would like you just to reflect on some possible reasons that you worry. As you read over the list below, consider which items might represent the function or functions of worry for you. So I'm going to like read the various reasons why we worry or various functions that we think worry serves. So as I'm reading it, you can just, take note of it as to which point clicks. So maybe you can type it in the comments or note it somewhere else in your phone or in a paper. And don't worry if you miss on some points. You can revisit it. I'm going to post all of these points and everything in my community. So I have a community on Insight Timer known as Wonderful Beings. So after the live, I'm going to post all the points there in case you miss any of it. So with that said, let let's see, what are the functions of worry that we think um, resonates with us. So we worry in order to prepare for some imagined future event. So, first is to prepare for some imagined future event. Second is to make sure I think through all of my options and pick the right or perfect solution to a problem. This is the second function. Third, to figure out whether there is any solution besides the one that requires me to do or say something I am uncomfortable about. This is the third function of worry. Let me repeat it, it was a big one. To figure out whether there is any solution besides the one that requires me to do or say something I'm uncomfortable about. Fourth, to feel like I'm doing something about a problem, even though I may not actually have control over it. Fifth, to stop something bad from happening, even though I know it is out of my control. It comes in this superstition that if I worry about it, it is less likely to happen. Or it is in terms of protection that if I think things through, I can prevent something from happening. Next function is to motivate myself to do something I don't feel like doing. Last function is to avoid thinking about and feeling bad about something else. Again, to avoid thinking about and feeling about something else. So the author next says many of the reasons we feel compelled to worry can be categorized as attempts to gain control over or to brace ourselves for some aspect of the future. Yeah, okay. So we all don't like worrying, but we do it, right? So here the author mentioned all of the reasons, all of the probable reasons why a person worry because because if it was not serving us some or other purpose, we won't be worrying. We would be able to stop worrying about something if, we really didn't want it to, if there was no payoff at all, if there was no function that that worry was serving. And, sometimes we put this should or like I should not be worrying about this, why I cannot stop worrying about this, why I always overthink stuff, why all these whys. And we we add an additional layer to our already existing pain. We add that secondary suffering to our already existing pain, whatever the problem that we are going through, that we are worrying about. So now we also worry about worrying. We are like, we shouldn't be worrying. We criticize ourselves for overthinking, for worrying sometimes, and knowing that it does serve some functions, even though if we are going like if we delve deeper into each and every function and just logically see it, it might turn out that it doesn't work or it doesn't serve us. But at least knowing that, you know, it's it makes sense to worry because it is serving this particular function. So at least removing that critical voice that is criticizing ourselves for worrying about the situation, for overthinking, for not being able to stop ourselves from overthinking. At least we can just let that burden go away and then, focus on this other aspect. So I'm pretty sure, I read this book like pretty few years ago, but I think so. They have like they go into each of these functions and then explain that why worrying don't work, um, why worry do not effectively serve that particular function. So give me a minute to just see if they do, then I'm going to read that out to you. Um, and by far, feel free to mention if anything is resonating, what are your thoughts about it? What came up for you as I was reading all of these lines? Okay, yeah. So they have mentioned a little bit. So I'm going to read that out to you in case, that helps, in case that helps you understand that maybe worry do not serve that function very well that we thought, if not consciously, but that we thought maybe subconsciously that it was serving us. And then knowing that, gaining that clarity, we would be able to, be able to let go of worry because we now know that it don't serve us in the way we thought it would, in the way, it was paying off that I just listed. So I'm going to just continue it. So the author next says, worrying about events that are extremely improbable, for example, your plane crashing, you fainting in public, or developing a terminal disease, are often maintained this way. Sometimes it seems like worrying about a negative outcome will motivate us to prepare for it. For example, Jake worries about failing every exam because he thinks the anxiety and fear his worry produces will encourage him to study. Some anxious apprehension can be helpful in focusing our attention and increasing our adrenaline. But ironically, the anxious responses, characteristics of someone who struggles with pervasive and severe worry, usually act as an obstacle to adequate preparation. If studying is associated with image of failure, harsh and critical self-judgments, shame, and guilt, Jake will be motivated to avoid it. You might be wondering why Jake doesn't realize that worry is not working as a motivator. It may be that Jake knows worrying is not motivating him to study, but he blames himself for his failures rather than considering that the strategy may be ineffective. So, Jake's strategy is to worry himself and to worry himself enough so he'll feel anxious about it and fearful about it, and then he wants to avoid feeling fear, and he wants to avoid that failure, and he wants to avoid the self judgments, the critical self judgment that would come if in case he fails. That is his strategy so far. And you know and this strategy don't work because that anxiety eventually is acts as an obstacle from for him to prepare effectively to, because of course, if you have all this stress response activated in your system, then your logical brain that is responsible for doing the stuff, concentration, focus, memory, and everything is going to get shut down. So the strategy is not going to work. And when this don't work, it's not that Jack, blames the strategy of worrying, but he blames himself, that maybe he is not smart enough, maybe, whatever he is going to say. So continuing, um yeah, but he blames himself for his failures rather than considering that the strategy may be ineffective. Human behavior is influenced more strongly by the rules we have about how things are supposed to work rather than by our actual experience. One line of research is aimed at examining whether occasional and problem worries differ in the reasons they give for worrying. Worrying to avoid negative outcome and prepare for the future is common across all worries. Again, worrying to avoid negative outcomes and prepare for the future is common across all worries. Only one reason for worrying was found to be more common among problem worries. Um, the group reported that they sometimes worried about minor matters to avoid thinking about and feeling emotions related to other, more distressing life concerns. So, this is also like an interesting, you know, function of worry, of thinking also itself, that we usually think in order to avoid facing an even deeper issue or feeling those feelings that are happening in our body as a result of whatever is happening in our life. So in order to avoid that, we focus all of our attention away from our body into our minds, and we worry about that stuff. And that is why sometimes you're not able to let go of that worry, because that worry is serving us that function. So what is the use of, understanding it, understanding the function that worry serves for you. So once you understand that this is something, um that this is the reason why I worry, because I think worrying helps me do this, or worrying, helps with this, worry serves this particular function. So once you are able to, narrow down that function, now now you have that clarity. Now you can think about other ways, you know other strategies that might serve that function, other tools that might help you with that. And you can let go of worrying, because it eventually is not going to work that well. It eventually is not going to work that effectively for you, that efficiently for you. Okay, there's a comment I missed. Mm. So Caitlin says, this is so interesting. I am sure a couple years ago, these reasons would have fully resonated, but I haven't been in the habit of chronic worry anymore, so I didn't really cling on to any of these reasons too much. Interesting to reflect how far I have come on my journey. Wow, kudos to you, Caitlin. Yeah, amazing. I'm so happy to hear that, that I'm so happy to hear that this didn't resonated with you. I really am, because and I love that, how you reflected, how you use this as an opportunity to reflect that you did something right. That's why you no longer are stuck in that pattern. You no longer struggle with this particular thing. You know how far you have come, and I am so happy for that. Yeah, really. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for so much for sharing that possibility with others who currently are struggling with that, in their life right now. So, Caitlin, people are curious now, what worked for you. If you are comfortable, share it away, share your wisdom, share your experience that, what worked. And again, what worked for some other person do not need to or do not, it doesn't it do not have to be the only way. But of course, it would be interesting, it would be helpful to know that this is some other way that, that I can work upon if it resonates with me. So yeah. So I would love to hear that, Caitlin, if you are still here. Okay, next comment is Shanidhi says, let worry go, go, go. Yeah. Let it go. Let it go. Hmm. And sometimes it can be that simple. It can be that simple, guys. So once you recognize that, once you gain that awareness of various things, different things might click for you, but like the triggers for you, the function that the worry serves, what are the usual things that you say to yourself. So once you figure that out, once you become aware of that, then in the moment when you are worrying, just choose to not worry anymore. Just choose to not continue this thing that hasn't helped you in the past. And it can be that easy. Okay, so let's see. Patricia says, would love to hear if you're comfortable sharing, or if Anisha, if you have any suggestions. So yeah, I just shared something of my own, and let's see, what Caitlin says. Caitlin says, it's been a long road and still a practice, but I use CBT and a lot of mindfulness. I had to figure out my patterns and triggers, and I used my strengths. So for me, creativity and humor, and working on points that are more difficult, like exercising my voice, things like that. Caitlin says, my crochet and applying the art practices to the larger scale of my life, like letting go of perfectionism and outcomes. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I think, yeah, crochet must have really helped with you with that, perfectionism and letting go of the outcomes and just being in the process and just being mindful and just being present. And by the way, guys, Caitlin is another teacher on Insight Timer who does these lives where she crochet and she has a heartwarming and loving talk with everyone. So if you are interested, you can just, drop in her lives and check her out as well. So yeah, Patricia, what Caitlin said about recognizing your own patterns, your triggers, and using mindfulness, using CBT, and everything that she mentioned, using your strength, finding your strength, and using your strength. And by the way, Patricia, if you are interested, okay, it's time to reveal the gift. Okay, so to all the women present here, to all the women who are listening to me, who have been here patiently so far with me, I want to share with you that I am currently offering a gift to all the women, and the gift is a powerful coaching conversation with me. So it is so I'm offering like a free, 1 hour coaching session. And if you're interested in experiencing coaching with me, in, getting guidance, support, getting some insights, because that have happened in the past, in the in the work that I've done with few women's in the recent past, I meant, because I started offering this, in February, sometime between February, and I have had wonderful conversations, and some of the conversations have been really, really, like, I might say, like, very transformative for the women. So if you are interested in that, then you're welcome to message me. The way to message me is you can go to my Insight Timer profile. You can click on so if you're not following me, you might have to follow me. So once you follow me, the follow button becomes the donate button. Above it, three dots appear. Click on the three dots, go to message teacher, and you can message me that Anisha, I'm interested in this offering. I want to unlock this gift. And I would love to, I would really, really love to guide you through whatever you're going through in your life, to whatever you want to work upon. And yeah, and bring some powerful insights into your life. Shauna Ray says, cool. Wonderful. I'm so glad to have you here, Shauna Ray. Guys, Shauna Ray is another wonderful, wonderful teacher. And I would recommend her, checking out her profile as well. Okay, let's see. I missed some of the text, I think. Um, yeah, so Patricia mentioned that worry to prevent future outcomes. So that is, one function that worry serves for you. Yeah, and we can work around that definitely. If you're interested in working with me at all, then yeah, we can work around that. I would love to guide you through that. Patricia says, thank you, Caitlin, for sharing. Let's see. Okay, Srinidhi says, I generally consider as those a very small example. If we see hill nearby, it appears big. The same hill, if we see as long as distance, is appears small and small. It's how we see worries is important. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for sharing that, visualization with us. It is amazing visualization to show the power of perspective, that that, when we see things up close, it's just too much. It is just too overwhelming and we don't know what to do and everything. And when we just have a little bit distance, it just feel like, okay, yeah, I'm okay. I can do this. Yeah, this is doable, And and this is also what happens with, like, the mindfulness component that Caitlin mentioned. So with mindfulness, you develop the skill to distance yourself, not in ways of like not caring or detaching, but in terms of like, there is this thought that I'm having, and there is this me, and I'm observing this thought, and I'm watching this thought. And with the space, there is space to breathe, there is a space to think, and there is a space to make a choice as to what would be the best possible option or action for me to take. So that's what, this skill help us, these all of these skills, and CBT also, help us in terms of recognizing the pattern and everything. And yeah, and if you are interested in cultivating that skill, I do have like few courses on that. But if you are just like starting out, or if you're trying to understand like how that formal practice of mindfulness, of sitting in a quiet room, and sitting in a lotus posture, is going to help you in your real life, in your daily life, and you are in midst of the triggers and everything, then you can check out my course. The name of the course is Reflective Prompts for Mindfulness Journey. So you can go to my profile and check out all the courses. I have 7 of them. I guess 2 are specifically on this, developing the skill of mindfulness. And the first one that I mentioned, let me show you just a second. In case you are interested, in case you would like to work upon it, and yeah, uh, yeah, this one. Yeah. So there is this, I don't know how well you can see this, but there's this course, Reflective Prompts for Mindfulness Journey, Deepen Your Meditation Practice. And there is this other course related to mindfulness, which is, it do not say mindfulness, but it is all about it. It is break free from monotony without changing your everyday routine. So it just brings the magic into your life as you know it, your daily life. And if you're interested in DBT, I do have like courses on that, because CBT and mindfulness, I that is the theme that, I created all of these courses, all of my courses on. So yeah, so if you want like the CBT, how CBT can help you. CBT is a therapeutic technique, by the way, psychotherapy modality. So here it is. Transform your negative thoughts and master healthy thinking using CBT. So yeah, all of my courses are on my profile. If you want to check out, feel free to do so. And like the CBT one is like my second most popular course. So I know it works. It helps because I have like put in every knowledge I gained during my own training as a therapist, and everything that I learned on my own and from my own experience of applying it on my own problems. So yeah, it does help a lot. Okay, let's see the other comments. Patricia said that sounds great, thank you. Okay, regarding that gift, a powerful conversation. Yeah, I'm glad that you like the gift. um Hmm. Okay. So there are no more comments. So, hmm, what should we do? I'm thinking, should I read another set of lines? Should we end the live? What do you say? Should we end the live? Should we read another set of lines? Vote, guys, vote. And by the way, if oh, thank you for asking, Caitlin. I'm intrigued. I could do more lines, but how is your throat? Yeah, it is better. It is better now. Thank you for asking. That's so sweet of you. Yeah, okay, then we are going to do more lines. So, Caitlin and everyone, should we read more set of lines, more wisdom from the same book, or should we spin again? Spin the wheel again, or same book? Vote in the comments. Nicola says, Hi, hi, Nicola, hi. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, and welcome. And for those of you who joined this live late, I want to let you know that this is getting recorded. The replay is going to be available. So, and how to get the replay? So you can go to my profile in the about section. There is a link tree. Click on the link tree. There you would see Wheel of Wisdom replay there, and this is the 24th session. So it does take 1 hour for it to be uploaded on the platform. But um, if you want immediate access to what I have read, the lines, the excerpts that I have just read, then within like 5 minutes after this live ending, I post it in my community, in my wonderful community known as Wonderful Beings, and it is on Insight Timer. You can search it on the search box of Insight Timer, or you can go to my profile and just scroll down, and at the bottom, you would see Wonderful Beings. So you can catch the wisdom there in case you missed it. So Srinidhi says spin, Naomi says spin. Welcome, Naomi. I'm glad that you choose to interact with us. It's so nice to always interact with people. Caitlin says, okay, let's spin. Mhm. Okay, so hmm, Nicole says, I am stressed out. I have had end our friendship yesterday as I suspect red flags, narcissism. I'm so sorry to hear that, Nicole, that you lost friendship, a sense of friendship, and that your needs weren't met in that relationship. And yeah, and I hope that, the next piece of wisdom that is going to come through is going to contain some reassurance for that. Um, and I'm sending so much healing your way. And I hope that you are giving yourself, some love, and you are being you're talking to yourself kindly as you go through this loss of this relationship from your life. It's always hard to lose. It's always hard to lose anything, any person, any relationship for that matter, no matter, because we did invested, something in that. So, yeah. Um, Nicola says, I keep attracting these monsters, witnessed ghosting without telling them, deleted their phone numbers. Hmm. It must be hard going through this pattern again and again and again. I hope that you show yourself some compassion. You know, you are being compassionate to yourself as you go all through all of this. And maybe, once you hold yourself with love and give yourself what you need, and then maybe, you can just work on this. I am not an expert in dealing with, narcissistic relationships, so I'm not going to comment on that or share anything. But yeah, I hope that, you're able to receive some love from yourself as you go through this. Mm. Nicole says, I believe that this woman's partner is the narcissistic. She doesn't see it, so will move on. Not interested in them. Intuition was strong. Yeah, I guess, with all of these things, you have developed that sense of intuition within yourself. And, these experiences have helped you, at least in terms of developing that relationship with yourself, in terms of trusting yourself, trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. Hmm. Just sending you a tight, warm hug. Okay, I think I missed a comment above. Okay, Naomi says hi. Hello, Naomi. Hello. I'm glad that you joined. Okay, so let's spin the wheel. As you know, this live is going to just come to an end. So we are going to spin it and receive the last piece of wisdom, guidance, reassurance, support, whatever we need at this moment in terms of whatever is going on in our lives. So, mhm. Interesting book. Interesting book. As as I think Nicola, you mentioned, about repeating this pattern, keeping, attracting these unpleasant experiences in your life. I hope that this have some piece of wisdom in relation to that, in relation to breaking that pattern, looking into the beliefs that you might be holding on to, that somehow, this you keep on attracting, or this keep on happening. So let's see, and because I know that this book is about this, about all these limiting beliefs and everything. So let's see what wants to come through. Yeah, so the book name is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. So I'm going to just read a set of lines and see, what wants to come through. Mm, okay, there is a bit of chat going on. I'm just going to get back to the comments in a moment. Um, Once I open the book. Nicole says, I see, can get it on Audible. Yeah, definitely, We're if you're resonating with any book, I would highly recommend you guys to read it, to listen to it, whatever the mode in which you learn, in which you like to consume wisdom. So these are the notes from the book, and we're just going to read it in a moment. I would just see, I missed, I think, one comment. Caitlin says, can we stop throwing around the narcissistic term? It's a personality disorder, and they do deserve compassion too. Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah, yeah, it is diagnosable like disorder, personality disorder. And I guess, yeah, everyone deserves compassion. Um, and before we if we are a part of that situation, then before we try to force ourselves to be compassionate to the other person, which would easily flow if we were being more compassionate to ourselves, in that situation, in that difficult situation. So, like, if we don't have to like use a label or term, like, other than that also, like, there is of course visible suffering in that situation for both individuals, because the person inflicting the harm is also not in a state of peace. So yeah, there is this suffering for everyone involved in that situation. And just because of that fact, everyone deserves compassion, just because they are suffering. And that's an enough reason for the compassion to emerge. And mhm, let's see, Bella says, hola everyone. Hello, Bella, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here. We were just going to do our like final piece of reading before the time ends. Mm, let's see. We have a lot of discussion around this. Okay. Hmm. And whatever I say, it is not a piece of advice or anything, because I don't have like expertise in this, in dealing with um personality disorder for that matter, or in dealing like in relation to toxic relationships or just difficult relationships. Yeah, so I'm just saying whatever is coming to me. So yeah, I don't have any expertise. So I just want to just put it out there. So let's see. Nicola says, I believe this woman's partner is possessive and it's him who told her to ghost me. It's her story, not my issue. I'm glad she's gone. Um, Nicole says, no, sorry, Caitlin, I'm not going to. I'm the one affected, not you. I only have compassion for myself. Um, Naomi says, keep strong, Nicola. You have awareness of it and sounds like you're taking learnings from this. Nicole says, it's sad. I can't stand what someone go through more abuse, easier to walk. I don't have, to be honest, I don't have anything to, to say or to add. All I'm feeling is just compassion and this visualization that I wish that, everyone that is suffering right now, just I could just that I could just look into their eyes and just with the eyes, just convey that love, that compassion, that I can feel the heaviness, right now, and I can imagine how hard. Maybe I can't even imagine how hard it must be. So all I have for you is just, wishes from my heart that may you find, moments of peace. May you be able to convey that compassion to yourself. May you feel loved and may you feel valued. That's all that I have for you right now. Vineet says, just joined feeling anxious. Patricia says maybe there is something from the books, The Power of the Subconscious Mind that may be helpful. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, let's just, let's just open ourselves and see, what maybe something, helpful, reassuring would come through this book, or maybe something insightful will come through this book that would help you in the situation that you guys are in. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see what came through. Hmm. The law of life is belief. What do you believe about yourself, life, and the universe? It is done unto you as you believe. Belief is a thought in your mind which causes the power of your subconscious to be distributed into all phases of your life according to your thinking habits. It's foolish to believe in something to hurt or harm you. Remember, it's not the thing believed in that hurts or harm you, but the belief or thought in your mind which creates the results. All your experiences, all all your actions and all the events and circumstances of your life are but the reflection and reaction to your own thought. You are aware that your problem or sickness or whatever it may be must be caused by negative thoughts charged with fear and lodged in your subconscious mind. And that if you can succeed in cleansing your mind of these thoughts, you will get a healing. You, therefore, Turn to the healing power within your subconscious and remind yourself of its infinite power and intelligence and its capacity to heal all conditions. As you dwell on these truths, your fear will begin to dissolve. I hope that some part of that book resonated with you. Some part of these lines, spoke to you in relation to whatever is going on in your life. Okay, Alaska asks, what is she reading? I am reading a paragraph from the book The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And and like we are reaching the end of this live. We are like way past the time. Um, so Alaska, if you would like to, because this is getting recorded, so if you would like to revisit the replay of this, because in these lives that we do, we are just opening ourselves to receive whatever wants to come through, to receive the guidance from God, from higher self, from divine, whatever you believe in. So yeah, that's what these lives are about. And if that interests you, and if you, because I believe that you joined at the time that you needed to, and this was the right time to join because all you were supposed to receive was these lines, Alaska. So, but in case if you want to, you can always, revisit the replay of this through the link tree in my profile, in the about section of my profile. And yeah, okay, I will get through like some comments. There were a lot of commotion in the comment section before I end this live. Before that, okay, Nicola is asking, are you doing more lives? Yeah, I do. I'm going to do more lives. I have like one day after tomorrow. So, okay, let me go through the comments before I end this. Um, okay, I see Nicola is offering to help Veneer. Nicola says, amazing hair, Anisha. Thank you for the compliment. Um, Patricia is sending all of us so much love. Thank you, Patricia. That is so nice of you. Deb is saying we need to try long deep breaths, exhale completely. That is so kind of you, Deb, to guide Veneer. Okay, I see some advices. Um, Bella says, yeah, she would like to edit the comments. Yeah, I would also love that feature, to edit because I usually type it away and then see what I have like typed. Hmm, Bella is sending so many white hearts. Okay. So, thank you each and everyone for tuning in, for your presence, for contributing, for being here listening to me and to repeat some of the things. So, this was recorded. You can get the replay. This is the 2024th live, and the replay is going to be uploaded. The recording is going to be uploaded within 1 hour. If you want immediate access, you can join my group on Insight Timer Wonderful Beings, where I will post the lines that we just read. And I have another live day after tomorrow. Feel free to join in. I would love to have you join in there. And if you would like to support me, if you would like to support my work, then you're welcome to do so by a donation, because it helps me keep on offering these lives and, yeah, showing up for you. So, um, yeah, that's it. Okay, so thank you so much. Nicola says I followed you. Thank you so much for following me. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Okay, so guys, it's time to say goodbye. I'm glad that each and every one of you tuned in, and I'm sending so much healing and love to any one of you who is suffering right now. Know that you are loved. Know that you deserve happiness. Bye bye. Take care, everyone. Bye.